So you're thinking of making a move to Oakdale, California, but maybe you're not super familiar with the area, the layout, or maybe you just don't have time to go take a trip there. Well, today I'm going to do an aerial tour of Oakdale, but through Google Maps. So you'll be able to see a much better view and layout of the area and get a good idea of what Oakdale looks like and what it has to offer. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn all about living here in the Central Valley of California, make sure you hit subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first one updated about the Central Valley real estate market. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a realtor based out of Turlock, and I get calls from people just like you every single day looking to make a move here to the Valley. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to book a Zoom call with me, schedule a meeting, send me a text, shoot me an email, however you want to contact me, go ahead and do it. And I'd be happy to sit down with you and go over exactly what it is that you're looking for. Okay, so we're gonna jump just straight into the map, dive into it, and get a better idea of Oakdale's layout and things to do in the area. So first, just a little bit about Oakdale. It is a little bit smaller than some of the towns and cities surrounding. It has a population of around 23,000, but it is substantially growing. So the population was way lower just about 10 years ago. So we've grown a lot recently, and there's a lot of great reasons why people want to live here. Now, it was established in 1871, and something that makes Oakdale very, very unique is its nickname is the Cowboy capital of the world. Now, why is the nickname that? It's because Oakdale hosts a rodeo every single year, and it has very deep Western culture and roots. So to this day, a lot of people have farms, animals, ride horses out there, and it's just a really neat and unique experience. So if you are looking for something a little bit more country like that, but still within a town setting, then Oakdale's gonna be a great option. We're gonna look at the map just really quick, see why it has this nickname as well. When you go around town, you'll be able to see a lot of murals that are painted. But the Oakdale Rodeo brings in thousands of people every single year, not just from the area, but nationwide. It's a huge event. And the Oakdale Rodeo grounds are located right over here. So if you are looking to move to the area, maybe not even Oakdale, I definitely recommend checking out the rodeo because it's definitely a different experience and a lot of fun. Now we're going to talk about the location of Oakdale so you can get a bit better idea of where it is at. I'm going to zoom out to show you a better idea. So maybe you're more familiar with Modesto because that one has a much bigger population of over 200,000, and that is located over here. So we've got Oakdale up here, and then here's Modesto. We also have Turlock down here, which is around 70 to 80,000 people, I think, or so. And if you are wanting to get to Oakdale from there, it's a straight shot. You go up the 108 the whole way there, so it's super convenient. Now, the one thing about Oakdale is it does not have a freeway running directly through it. So a lot of these Central Valley towns I talk about have the 99 here that runs through it. Oakdale does not because it's over here. What it does have, though, is the 120. So this is the 120 here, and it continues, it goes, that was a bad drawing, but it goes through Oakdale and all the way up. So it keeps going for a while. And the 120 is a pretty major highway. It's 2 lanes for most of the way, so at least it's not just a 1-lane road, but it is a little inconvenient just not having that freeway access. But the 120 will take you directly to the freeway if that's what you're needing. So that is where it's located. And if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see those different highways. So we've got the 108 here, and that's coming from Turlock area. And then we've got the 120 going through here and back out again. Now, if you are considering a move to Oakdale, then one of the most important things is going to know about the different neighborhoods. You're going to want to know the different price points, where you want to live. Maybe if you have a child, you're going to need to know specific school districts as well, which we'll get into right after this. Let's go over a few of the different neighborhoods. So one neighborhood that's pretty notable and a lot of people like to live in is Bridal Ridge. Now, Bridal Ridge is a master planned kind of newer subdivisions with homes all in the 2000s, ranging anywhere from early 2000s up until 2018, 2020-ish or so. So that's a lot of newer subdivisions there. They're larger homes, modern floor plans, and you'll find Bridal Ridge over in this area. So if you want a 3-car garage, if you want above a 2,000, even above a 3,000 square foot home, this is the area you're going to want to look. Now keep in mind the prices, the more bigger you get, they go up as well too. So keep that in mind. But if you are looking to expand, need a little bit more room, this is going to be a great option for you. Now we also have the historic downtown and older part of Oakdale, Central Oakdale, I should say. So that is right here. That's why the Oakdale logo, when you go on maps, is directly in the middle, because that is the downtown. So let me zoom in just a little bit more so you get a better idea of the location. This is the center because both of the main highways and roads run directly through here. But there's a lot of other homes surrounding here. When you see all of these either alphabetic street names, or you'll see some of these numeric street names as well too. You know, you're kind of in some of the older parts of Oakdale. Now these homes are going to be a little bit smaller, but you will get probably a bigger backyard in a lot of these. More 2 bedrooms, some 3 bedrooms. Yeah, all 2 to 3, but don't expect those, you know, Bridal Ridge homes that are 3,000 square feet plus. These are all going to be around the thousands-ish or so. But I love this area because there's a lot of really cute homes. And if you want to be close to all the action and downtown area, this is going to be the place for you. And it's a little bit more affordable here as well too, so it can be a really great starter home and entry level area. Now we also have, as I zoom out, these are pretty comparable. You know, we have the northern parts. Man, my finger's not going to work. There we go. The northern parts and the southern parts of Oakdale, I would say they're very comparable to one another. They're both probably anywhere from the 60s to 90s built, quiet, pretty established neighborhoods, mature trees. Depending where you go and depending on the square footage, the prices kind of range, but you can find a little bit more entry-level homes compared to that Bridal Ridge, which is over that way. So these are really great options, very middle-of-the-road homes. But also great too if you're wanting to expand, more family coming, it could be an option for you. Now I do want to talk about my favorite part of Oakdale. And this is probably everyone's favorite part if you're familiar with the area, and that's East Oakdale over here. Now, East Oakdale, if you drive by, you will just be speechless. The homes are gorgeous and they are all absolutely custom. You will not find a home next to each other that looks identical. And as a matter of fact, you won't find a home directly next to each other because all of these are on about 1 to 5 acres on average, going up even more if it's on land with maybe almonds. So if you are wanting a custom home, pretty much any type of style, you can find Mediterranean, farmhouse, Spanish, Italian villa style. You can find any of them here. This is the place you want to go. Now, that's obviously sounds, you know, like it's all sunshine and rainbows. These home prices, yeah, they're up there. Good luck finding something under $1 million at the moment. If it does, it probably needs a lot of work, but you are paying for that prime location. You can see here too, this is a river that runs through. This is the Stanislaus River. So some of these homes even have river access. You just walk outside your backyard, go down a bit, and you're at the river. So there's, you know, it's justified why these homes are priced so much higher, because you really are getting what you pay for. And if you have, you know, $1 million plus to spend, then this is the place you're going to want to go, because these homes are just incredible. If you are in the area, definitely take a drive around here and you'll see exactly what I mean. Now, I did mention that we would go over some of the schools, and a huge benefit to living in Oakdale is the school system. According to niche.com, which I highly recommend taking a look at if you're looking to move somewhere, it has an A- rating when it comes to public schools. That is a very high rating. It's saying that pretty much any of these schools you go to, you'll be completely fine. Your child will be in good hands and receiving a great education. And again, it's a public school, so you're not having to pay for it. So there's a lot of options. I'm going to go over, or not a lot of options. It's a population of 23,000, but there's a few different options, I should say, you can go over, and they're all going to be good options for your child. But keep in mind, if you do choose a specific school, you're going to need to move to that specific school district. So keep that in mind as well too. First, looking at elementary schools, we have Fair Oaks over here. And then we also have Cloverland. And then there's also Sierra View Elementary. Now, according to US News and a few different sites, Sierra View actually ranks the highest out of all of these elementary schools. So that is something to keep in mind just because of the different programs they offer. But I would say you'd be completely fine with any of these schools. And the great thing about Oakdale, being that there is a smaller population, is that the student to teacher ratio on average at all these schools is around 23 to 1. So I'll just leave that there so you can remember. 23 to 1, in my opinion, I mean, I'm not a teacher, so I don't personally know, but I think that's a pretty good ratio. When you start getting to these schools that have, you know, 30 plus kids to one teacher, then you're not getting as much one-on-one time with the teacher and giving your child the assistance they need, especially at that younger age in elementary. So I think that's a pretty good ratio, but let me know in the comments if you are a teacher if that's good or not, because I could be completely wrong. So, but I think it is. And then when it comes to junior highs, there's one public junior high here, and it's just Oakdale Junior High School, and that's right here, and that is, I believe, ages 6th to 8th grade. And then for the actual high school, that is over here, closer to the downtown older area. Now, I think there's about 1,600 students at this school, so a good sized school here. They do offer different career technical, sorry, I can't say the word, education if students are not wanting to go to college and pursue maybe a trade. They also offer AP classes for advanced placement, so if they are going to college, they are prepared for that. And being that we have such a strong Western heritage here, of course, they're really big into FFA at this school. A lot of the Central Valley towns are too. And if you're not familiar with FFA, I cannot remember what it stands for at the moment, but oh wait, I think it's Future Farmers of America. I was not a part of it, but I always knew a lot of people that were. FFA is a program that teaches skills about raising animals and livestock. And they usually do go over to the county fair every year, and they'll do shows with these animals, walk them around, sell them eventually as well too, do an auction. So it's really great skills for your kids if they want to learn about having a farm, and just even if they're not interested in it, it's really great science to learn animal science, and a lot of students really enjoy this. So no matter where you're at, like I said, we have an A- score on niche.com in Oakdale. You are in good hands. So many amazing teachers and people a part of the programs here. Your child will probably be very successful and do well here. Something I love about Oakdale is all of the outdoor activities and parks that it does have to offer. A lot of people don't think of Oakdale as like this huge outdoor area, but it really is, and there's a lot to offer. So I want to show you a few of them. Now within Oakdale itself, we do have the Stanislaus River that runs through. So like I said, some of the homes do have waterfront access. There's a larger portion of it. You can see the Stanislaus River that runs through here. This is a great place if you want to go kayaking, paddleboarding, enjoy a picnic for the day, swimming. It's very popular here in the summers. We do get warm summers. Warm is a kind word. It's hot summers here. I definitely recommend looking at that, and it's just right in your own backyard. So it's super convenient. And then if you want to go to a bigger lake where you can actually go boating, we do have Woodward Reservoir, which is up here, and you just go up 26-mile road from Oakdale. So that's, I mean, it's maybe a 15-minute drive if even. It's super close, and there's little beach areas. There's campgrounds as well too. I believe you can actually boat in this river as well. So it's just a bigger option. The Stanislaus River obviously is smaller compared to a lake. Within Oakdale itself too, there's also just a ton of different parks. As I zoom in, you'll be able to see the different green spaces. Oh, that's a cemetery, not a park. I zoomed into the wrong one. Like I said, we've got Gilbert Park over here. You need to click on that. So we have parks around the Stanislaus River as well, the Oakdale Rodeo, and then we have, of course, the Golf and Country Club here too. So a lot of people that enjoy golf are part of the country club here. And then one of the last things I want to talk about is my absolute favorite. I don't live in Oakdale, but I live fairly close. And one of my favorite places to go when it's nice out is to Knights Ferry. So here's Oakdale, and if you just take the 120 up this way, here's Knights Ferry. So it's only maybe a 25, probably 20-minute drive-ish or so. Probably 25, around there. Depends how fast you drive. This is a 2-lane highway, like I said. So this is Knights Ferry, and the Stanislaus River runs directly through here. Now it's very, very scenic. So you can go on walks, you can bring your pets, your dogs. I love to go in the summer river rafting through here. So through the Stanislaus River, you can, I think it's Sunshine Rafting is the company. You can rent rafts for the day and just go floating down. It is a lot of fun with family and friends. The water is cold, so definitely go when the weather is a little bit warmer, unless you are willing to take an ice bath if you fall in. But if it's nice and hot out, then it's not a problem. There's also a cute little downtown over here that you can walk around. And then there is a huge covered bridge. I think it's the longest covered bridge west of the Mississippi. Super random fact, but I think it's pretty cool. A lot of people go to take photos there, enjoy, like I said, picnics around it. It's just a really, really neat historic community that I definitely recommend checking out. Something really neat about Oakdale too is it actually is very close proximity and access to some gold rush towns. Now, here in California, you just don't really think about it, but obviously everyone knows California was a huge gold rush and mining area. And it's super neat to visit these towns, and a lot of people don't realize how close we are in Oakdale to those. So here in Oakdale, you're gonna get on the 120, keep on going. We're gonna pass Knights Ferry and head, I'm gonna zoom out so it's a little quicker to get there. Well, we're gonna keep heading up to this area over here. There's a lot of little towns throughout here that are all super neat to visit, but I'm gonna point out some of my favorite and the coolest in my opinion. And this might look kind of far on a map, but from Oakdale, it's less than an hour away. So this makes for a great day trip. Now these are smaller towns, so I wouldn't say it's the best weekend getaway because you can do pretty much everything in all these towns in one day, but it's up to you. But I love going for the day. So the first one is Jamestown, and that's right here. Now that is a historic gold rushing town. I think you can still go pan for gold there. I think I did that when I was a kid. It's a lot of fun. They have the Railtown 1897, which is a historic park there, and it has working steam trains that you've probably seen a lot of them in movies. It's really famous there for that, so you can ride them. They're so much fun. It's a really neat experience. But if you keep traveling up here, then we have Sonora, which is really close as well too. Now Sonora is a little bit bigger, probably one of the best known of the bunch. It's a historic mining town, really cute shops, great restaurants, boutique hotels. There's a lot of events going on throughout the year, and I really like going there. It's a lot of fun. And then we'll keep heading up, and we end up in Columbia. Once again, historic mining town that's been preserved, 1850s. The thing that makes Columbia so neat though is walking through this town, especially like the downtown area, it looks like you're still in the 1800s. They have people, actors and actresses, dress up as how people used to dress in the 1800s. There's horse-drawn carriages that you can still take rides on. All of the buildings look like they're still straight out of the 1800s, and they're themed to such. So there has been no modernization in the best way possible. If they would have modernized this town, it would have absolutely ruined its unique historic charm. So it is so cool going there. You feel like you're being transported a couple hundred years into the past. So look into that. It is really neat. But besides those, obviously this part isn't Gold Rush, but a lot of people like going to Oakdale too because you can go get to casinos. This is just a sidebar because I saw it on the map and made me think of it. We have the Chicken Ranch Casino. We have the old one, but a brand new one just opened in, I think, 2024 or beginning of 2025. I think it was 2024 that it opened officially. It is a huge casino and resort where you can, there's hotels so you can stay there. Super nice. Really neat feature too as well. If one thing you don't like about the casinos is maybe all the smoke. If you're not a smoker, is there's no smoking inside the casino. They have designated areas, I think on patios and stuff. So I think that's a really nice. I mean, if you smoke, then probably inconvenient for you, but you go to the old Chicken Ranch where it's allowed still too. But that is total sidebar. I was talking about gold mining towns, but I just wanted you to know that's up there too. So if you go within this area, this radius here, there is so much to do, and it is a very unique experience. Well, I hope this video gave you a little bit better idea of where Oakdale is located and its proximity to different destinations. So if you are thinking of moving to Oakdale or any of the surrounding areas, feel free to contact me. My contact info is pinned in the comment below, and I would be happy to sit down with you to go over exactly what it is that you're looking for and maybe answer some very specific or niche questions that you have about the area. Till next time, I look forward to showing you around town.